All right, let's be real. You've been applying for jobs. Not just a few, dozens, maybe even hundreds. And what do you get? Silence, or worse, that generic rejection email. We've decided to move forward with another candidate. Sound familiar? It's frustrating. You have the experience, the skills, the work ethic. So why aren't employers seeing your value? The truth is, it's not about your abilities. It's about outdated assumptions. Today, we're breaking them down, one by one, and I'll show you exactly how to turn those doubts into your biggest advantage. Ready? Welcome to this video. If you are over 50 and struggling to land a job, you are in the right place. Today, we are talking about something that affects thousands of experienced professionals, why employers hesitate to hire older workers, and, more importantly, how you can change that. Let's be honest. You have spent decades building your skills, gaining knowledge, and proving your work ethic, yet when you apply for jobs, it feels like none of that matters. Employers see your age before they see your value. It is frustrating, unfair, and discouraging. But here is the good news. This is not a dead end. There are specific strategies you can use to shift their perception. That is exactly what we are going to cover today. By the end of this video, you will have the tools to walk into any interview with confidence and prove that experience is not a liability, but a huge asset. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's get straight to the point. If you are over 50 and struggling to get hired, it is not because you lack skills, experience, or work ethic. It is because of outdated assumptions that some employers still hold. According to a survey by Max Solutions, 30% of employers admit that they hesitate to hire older workers. But why? Well, there are 4 big reasons they keep coming back to. First, they think you might retire soon, and they do not want to invest in someone who will leave quickly. Second, they assume you expect a higher salary and that hiring you will be expensive. Third, they worry that you will not be able to learn new technologies or adapt to modern work environments. And fourth, they fear that you might have health issues that could lead to missed work days. Sounds frustrating, right? But here is the thing, these are just assumptions, not facts. And today, I am going to show you exactly how to challenge each one and turn them to your advantage. Let's talk about the first big myth, retirement. This one comes up all the time. Employers look at your resume, see your experience, and immediately assume, well, this person is probably planning to retire in a couple of years. Why should we invest in them? But is that really true? Not at all. Here is the reality. The workforce is changing. People are working longer, not because they have to, but because they want to. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the number of workers over 65 has nearly doubled in the last 2 decades. Many professionals plan to work well into their 70s because they enjoy what they do and want to stay engaged. Now let me ask you this, how many younger employees do you think stick around for a long time? A recent Gallup study found that over 20% of workers in their 20s leave their jobs within a year. That means a company is actually more likely to lose a younger employee than an experienced one. Yet, for some reason, employers are more concerned about older workers leaving. Does that make sense? Not really. So, how do you address this concern in an interview? The key is to be proactive. You need to reassure them before they even bring it up. When they ask about your long-term goals, use that as an opportunity to make your intentions clear. Say something like, I am looking for a long-term opportunity where I can contribute and grow with the company. I have no plans to retire anytime soon because I love what I do and I am excited about bringing my experience to this role. You can also give them a real example. Maybe you have been with your previous company for 10 or 15 years. Mention that. Show them you are a loyal, committed employee who sticks around. Employers value stability, and if you highlight your track record, they will start seeing you as an asset, not a short-term hire. Another great approach is to tie your future plans to something relatable. For example, you could say, my youngest child is still in college and I want to continue working to support their education. Or, I am passionate about my career and I see myself contributing to a company for many years to come. When you make it personal, it feels more genuine, and hiring managers are more likely to believe you. The bottom line is this: do not let assumptions about retirement work against you. Employers need to hear directly from you that you are committed and planning to stay. If you communicate that with confidence, you eliminate one of their biggest concerns before it even becomes an issue. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest misconceptions employers have: salary expectations. They see a candidate with 20 or 30 years of experience and immediately they assume this person is going to want way more than we can afford. But is that really true? Not necessarily. The reality is that many older workers are actually more flexible about salary than employers assume. Some are looking for stability, not just a paycheck. Others are transitioning into a new phase of their career where job satisfaction, flexibility, and work environment matter more than money. But here is the issue: if you do not address this assumption early in the interview, employers may rule you out before even asking what you want. So what can you do? First, do not wait for them to bring up the topic of salary. Address it early. Say something like, "I am open to discussing a salary that aligns with the role and company budget. For me, the right fit is more important than a specific number." This lets them know up front that money is not a deal breaker. Another key strategy is to research salary ranges for the position you are applying for. Go to websites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn Salary Insights. If you are asked about expectations, give a reasonable range based on that research. For example, instead of saying, "I need at least $90,000, you can say, "From my research, I see that similar roles typically range between $70,000 and $90,000. I am open to discussing something within that range based on the responsibility." Now, let us talk about value. Employers are not just paying for years of experience, they are paying for results. If they think hiring you will be more expensive, remind them of what they are getting in return. Highlight the ways your experience will help them save money, improve efficiency, or solve a specific problem. For instance, if you have managed budgets before, say something like, "I have a strong track record of optimizing costs and streamlining processes. In my last job, I helped reduce operational expenses by 15%. By shifting the focus to what you bring to the table, salary becomes a conversation about investment, not just cost. Another approach is to address concerns about overqualification. Sometimes employers assume that because you have held higher positions in the past, you will get bored in a lower-paying role. You can counter this by saying, "I am at a point in my career where job satisfaction and meaningful work are more important than titles. I am looking for a position where I can contribute and make an impact." At the end of the day, salary concerns are based on assumptions. If you communicate your flexibility, showcase your value, and keep the conversation open, you eliminate this concern before it even becomes an issue. Now, let's tackle another common assumption: technology. Some employers see an older candidate and instantly think, "Can this person even use the latest software? Will they struggle to adapt to new tools?" It is frustrating, but let us break it down. Here is the reality: technology changes fast, but that does not mean older workers cannot learn. Many of you have already adapted to countless advancements throughout your career. Think about it. When you started working, emails were just becoming mainstream, and now you are navigating video calls, cloud-based collaboration tools, and digital workflows. That is proof of adaptability. The misconception that older employees cannot handle technology is based on the false idea that only younger people can learn new skills. But learning has nothing to do with age. It is about mindset. The key is to show employers that you are not just capable but actively engaged in staying up to date. One of the best ways to do this is to bring up specific tools you have used in past jobs. Mention that you have worked with project management software like Trello or Asana, customer relationship management tools like Salesforce, or communication platforms like Slack and Zoom. If you have taken online courses or attended training sessions, talk about them. Say something like, "In my previous role, I learned how to use a new data analytics tool, and within a few weeks I was training my team on how to use it efficiently." Another strategy is to emphasize problem solving. Employers do not just want people who know how to click buttons, they want employees who can figure things out. You can say, whenever I come across a new tool, I take the initiative to explore tutorials, ask the right questions, and get hands-on experience. This reassures them that even if they have not used a particular software before, they can learn it quickly. Let us take this a step further. If you want to really impress employers, show them that you are already proactive about learning new skills. Take a free online course on Coursera or LinkedIn Learning, or get familiar with AI-profound tools that many businesses are adopting. Imagine going into an interview and saying, I recently completed an online certification in digital project management because I wanted to sharpen my skills. That not only proves your adaptability, but also puts you ahead of the competition. At the end of the day, the fear that older workers cannot keep up with technology is just that, a fear. Your job is to eliminate that fear by demonstrating confidence, curiosity, and a commitment to continuous learning. Show them that you are not just keeping up, you are thriving. Let's talk about another big misconception: health and energy levels. Some employers assume that older workers are more likely to take sick days, have lower stamina, or struggle to keep up with the demands of a fast-paced work environment. It is frustrating, right? Because the truth is, older workers are often more reliable and disciplined than younger ones. Think about it. You have been showing up on time, handling responsibilities, and meeting deadlines for decades. You do not skip work for minor reasons, and you know how to manage stress better than many younger employees. Studies have shown that older workers tend to have lower absenteeism rates than younger workers. Why? Because they take their jobs seriously and understand the value of commitment. Yet, despite all this, some employers still have concerns. They worry that you might have health issues that could affect your ability to work. So, how do you address this in an interview? The key is to be proactive and set the record straight. One approach is to highlight your work ethic. Say something like, I take my health seriously and I have always maintained a strong work ethic. In my last job, I had an excellent attendance record and rarely took sick days. If you have specific numbers, use them. For example, in the past 5 years, I have only taken 2 sick days. That statement alone can put an employer's mind at ease. Another effective way to counter this assumption is to talk about your lifestyle choices. Employers do not need to know every detail about your personal life, but mentioning that you stay active, eat well, or prioritize your well-being can subtly reassure them. You might say, I believe in taking care of myself, and I stay active through regular exercise. I know that maintaining my energy levels is important for doing my best work. Let us not forget, mental sharpness is just as important as physical health. Many older workers are at their peak when it comes to problem solving, leadership, and decision making. If you have ever mentored younger employees, coached a team, or taken on challenging projects, bring that up. Show employers that your experience gives you a unique advantage, not a disadvantage. And here is another angle. Younger employees often take time off for personal reasons, family issues, vacations, burnout. But employers rarely question that. So why should they assume an older worker will take more time off? You can say, I have always been committed to my work, and I take great pride in my reliability. I show up, I get the job done, and I bring my best every day. At the end of the day, employers want someone they can depend on. If you show them that you are healthy, reliable, and ready to contribute, you eliminate this concern before it even becomes a problem. So, let's step back and look at the big picture. You have probably faced these hiring biases before, whether employers voiced them directly or not. But here is the truth. None of these concerns define you. You are not about to retire overnight. You are not demanding an unrealistic salary. You are not struggling to learn new technology, and you are not unreliable because of your age. Your experience, reliability, and adaptability make you an asset. Employers may hesitate at first, but once you show them the value you bring, you flip the script. You turn their doubts into reasons why they should hire you. So, here is my challenge for you. The next time you walk into an interview, address these misconceptions head-on. Show them you are the right choice, because the reality is that you are, and any employer who does not see that, Well, they are the ones missing out. Let's wrap this up. We have broken down 4 of the biggest misconceptions that stop employers from hiring older workers. Now you know how to handle them. You know how to show that you are committed, flexible, adaptable, and reliable. But here is the thing: knowing is not enough. The real challenge is applying this knowledge. The next time you are in an interview, do not wait for these doubts to surface. Address them head on. Talk about your long-term goals, your willingness to work within a salary range, your ability to learn new technology, and your strong work ethic. Show them why hiring you is the best decision they could make. And remember, you bring something invaluable to the table: experience. No one can replace the years of insight, leadership, and problem-solving that you have, so believe in yourself. Employers are not doing you a favor by hiring you. You are offering them something truly valuable. Walk in with that mindset, and you will change the game. Now, here is your next step. Take everything you have learned today and put it into action. Do not just think about it, use it. The next time you apply for a job, tweak your resume to highlight your strengths. When you land an interview, be prepared to address these misconceptions before they even arise. And here is something else: this is not just about getting a job. It is about shifting the way employers think about older workers. Every time you walk into an interview with confidence, you are not just helping yourself, you are helping change the narrative. So, I want to hear from you. Have you ever faced one of these hiring biases? How did you handle it? Drop a comment below. Let's start a conversation, because trust me, you are not alone in this. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe. There is plenty more to come. Until next time, stay confident and keep pushing forward.